Welcome to another exciting episode of Entrepreneurs Today with me, Ivan Vance, on Pan African Television. And today, my guest is Mimi Andani Michaels. There's an interesting story about Mimi, but we'll go for a quick break. When we come back, we'll get talking about that. Stay with us. Welcome back from that quick commercial break. If you're just joining, this is Entrepreneurs Today on Pan African Television. Of course, my name is Ivan Vance. Yes, today I said we're talking to Mimi and Diane Michaels. Now, welcome to Entrepreneurs Today, Mimi.
Thank you.
Now, Mimi, you are the executive director for the Golden Movie Awards, and you are the chief operating officer of NMJ Ghana, and of course, the founder of I Mentor You, and doubles up to be the co-founder of the Michaels Family Initiative, and an award-winning entrepreneur as well. Now, before we explore a bit about that, tell us, who is Mimi Andani Michaels?
Well, I was born and then bred in the Ashanti region, so if you don't really know me, you think I'm an Ashanti. When I speak Twi, I speak like a typical Ashanti girl because I was brought up there. I did most of my education in Kumasi. I went to Every Girls Secondary School, then I came to Kivas, then I went to Europe to do some courses. Like I speak a lot of languages because I went to study language, so I speak Italian, I understand Portuguese, and I can speak and write Spanish and all that. So basically that's just me. I'm from a very small family of five, mom, dad, and three siblings. Actually six with four siblings, and that's simply who I am, like where I was brought up, and then from my little family. That's basically it. And then I'm married as well.
True.
And so yes, basically that's it.
Great. Now let's talk about this. In 2008, you represented Ghana and the Big Brother Africa, undoubtedly one of the biggest reality shows in Africa. And of course, after that, you became a musician, where you released your first ever single, "Leave Me Alone," which of course was one of the greatest hits. That was in Ghana and of course beyond Africa. And you had a successful album, I must say. And you further on became a fashion designer, where you started your own design line, Divalish Fashion. And of course, here we are today as an entrepreneur. Tell us, how did it all start for you? Tell us about the journey so far, the transition, how you became, you started from Big Brother Africa and then became a musician, and now further went on to become a fashion designer and now an entrepreneur. Tell us about the transition.
Okay, so growing up right now, and I've come to understand that what my dad said about science was true, because my dad forced each and everyone to do science, because he said that when you do science, you can do anything. That's his philosophy.
True.
He said every scientist can do everything, but artists cannot do science. What he means is that, yes, if you are an art student, you did art throughout the university, you cannot wake up one day and say you're a chemist, you can do anything.
True.
But if you are a chemist or a scientist, you can wake up tomorrow and say, listen, I can sing, I can do art, I can work everywhere. That was my dad's concept about life. So whether you like it or not, he tells you, do science till the end. When you finish, choose whatever you want to do and you can do it. He said science is the most powerful tool in the world. Once you are a scientist, you can be anything. But nobody can be a scientist unless they go through the process of being a scientist.
Wow.
So I think that now that I've grown up, I've understood why he made me do science. So good, like throughout up to university, I did science from SS to university, biochemistry and all that was science. So science is something that broadens your brain. So you make decisions, you can do them.
Would you say science is what actually strengthen your strength?
Yes, it's life, because it makes you think a lot. You know how science is difficult. Elective maths, chemistry,
the biology and all that.
The brains that the amount of stress you stress your brains is not the same as arts, and that's just the truth. It's not the same. So it broadens your way of thinking. So for me, being able to change the narrative all the time is because I believe it's because I studied science, and so it gave me the capacity to do anything. Now, from my music career, for going to Big Brother, for me, it was like a gamble. It was like curiosity. I was curious. what actually is going on here? I want to understand this. It's fun. Okay, let's go and have fun. I was actually working as a chemist in one of Ghana's oil refinery.
Okay.
Then I left and I went to the Big Brother house just to have fun. Then when I finished, I enjoyed the fame. It was nice. I was like, oh, this is good. It's good to be famous, you know. You get a lot of things and then you get a lot
So
of
obviously
fame.
it was because of the fame. Which is
Yes,
why
I was enjoying it. No, I didn't go in there for the fame. I went in there because of curiosity. And then I got fame, and then I loved the fame. So I wanted to extend the longevity of the fame. So I needed to do more things to keep me going
and sustain it.
So I said, okay, now after Big Brother, what can I do? Let me look into myself and see what I'm passionate about. I said, okay, let me do music, because I used to be in the choir and I was good. In Abri Girls, I was actually a music director and all that in SU. So I was like, yes, I'm an SU girl. All the boogie students will testify to that. I nearly became the sacristan.
You know, it's quite interesting that in secondary schools, those who were these Christians going to church and all that, I mean, after school, I mean, they backtrack.
That's why.
It's quite interesting.
That's life. That's why you don't look at somebody and look down on anybody.
True.
Most of the people who were bullied in school are the most successful people now. That's just life. And that's just the way it is. Then they'll be like, wait, my school cry, no, but you see, it's not about what the person, it's not what about what you were before, it's about now. What is happening right now in your life is the most important thing. Whatever happened has happened. That's, I always tell people that do not let anybody refer you to your past or let your past affect your present. What is most important is right now. Where are we? You are here and I'm there. That's what we're talking about. What you were before really doesn't matter. Going on, what I realized was that I wanted to extend my stardom, so I went into music, and then it was good for me. I did well. I toured in a lot of African countries. The album was good. I performed in big stages like Big Brother during the World Cup 2010. I performed a lot of places too in South Africa. It was fun.
And then awards for that too.
Yes, I did well with the album, and then I decided to leverage on the popularity, and then I released Divalish Fashion so that at least my fans from different parts of the continent can buy from me, because I opened a shop in Southern Africa and Namibia as well. So outlets. I opened that outlets there, and then it went well, but it got to a point I thought that I should be bigger than what I am. I also thought that the kind of dreams that I have and aspiration that I have, entertainment and art cannot take me there. Not that it's not good, but I have too much of a dream, and my dream is so big, and I as a person feel that entertainment can't take me there. Where I want to be in life, the kind of success I want to chalk, the kind of money I want to make, the kind of respect I want to get as a person, as Mimi, as a brand, I came to a realization that entertainment will not help me. And when I say entertainment will not help me, what I meant was that me as an entertainer will not help me, but me as making people the entertainers will help me. I felt like being behind the scene would make me a better person than being in front of the camera. That is me as a person. It was just a concept. So it's a self-realization. So I just decided, okay, so now I need to move into other ventures. And then I met my husband there. When I met my husband, he was already running this company. It's what he was working. He was a big agency working with a lot of multinationals, and so I took a break for like 2 years to re-strategize what I wanted to do with my life. So during that time, I decided to work with him normally as a like a coordinator in the agency. And trust me, I'm the COO today, not because he became my husband. It's because I rose.
You worked your way there.
Yes, I didn't start like this. I worked my way up to being a branding expert.
I'm aware you were one of the secretary here.
Yes. And I went up to where I am. So it's actually not something like once I just came and I became the COO. I actually worked towards it. And so my entrepreneurial dream started when I started working at NMJ Ghana, and then we decided to create Golden Movie Awards Africa. When we started, we decided to do what nobody was doing, because in Ghana, when we started all the awards, it's either something Ghana or Ghana something. Ghanaians were not doing anything beyond their means, because we always want to do everything Ghana, because African heading, how are you going to get all these people? Because if you don't get all the African countries, or even half of them or some of them represented, then there's the African factor won't be there. But for me, I wanted to go beyond the norm. So I did it, and I did it from the first time we did Big Brother. We did Golden Movie Awards Africa. We had over 7 countries represented. We had all the biggest stars, and it wasn't like B-listers from the other countries. It was A-listers from the right from day one. We had Ramsey Noah, Ini Edo, Tonto. We have a lot of people coming in from, and so that's how the whole thing started. And being an entrepreneur and wanting to help a lot of people to grow in entrepreneurship, I created I Mentor You. So I Mentor You is a business hub I created to help small businesses and young entrepreneurs leverage on social media, networking, branding, and marketing to expand their territories and also increase sales in their business. So I do that. I mean, there's a lot I do. It's a lot.
Okay, but let's backtrack a little bit. Okay, if I'm getting you right, you made mention that you wanted a particular height that music and the fashion, the line couldn't get you to, which is why you decided to forgo all those heights that you've achieved to now become an entrepreneur. If I'm getting you right.
Yes,
Wow.
that's it. I felt like entertainment could not take me there. Maybe for someone, we all have different dreams, and there are levels to these dreams. People say I have a dream, but there are levels to it. There are people who are dreaming beyond the dream, and so yes,
like
you know, and so we have levels in these things. So you are good where you are in the industry. You're good. Some people, to them, success is Mendi Obiaka. I don't owe anybody. Nobody feeds me. I pay my own rent. I don't owe you. I have my smoke. I have my own heart. That's success. So for me, that's not success. That's them. For me, success is more than just I'm okay.
So
no.
How would you define success?
For me, success is having enough to give without thinking.
Is it necessarily wealth?
It comes in different ways, not just wealth. And you see, for you to even be able to give without thinking, you have to be a certain level in your life. You have to have peace, you have to have control, you have to have satisfaction, you have to have a little bit of power, you have to have,
Of course, comfortability.
you have to, it comes in the
Stages
whole
and
of the thing called success. Is not just about wealth, but wealth is the lead. Let's not kid ourselves. The money bit is substantial, but then there are other attributes that constitute to making you successful. And so for me, success is being able to give without calculating.
But I heard a statement sometime back, and it said that success is not just about making money.
Yeah.
Success is about you finding your purpose in life, for which you were created for, finding why you are even in existence, and that
Exactly.
defines success. What do you make of that?
All right. So for me, I don't believe in all these saying. That's me as a person. I don't believe in put your mind to it. You can do it. What the things you're saying, those words, they're not my quotes. I don't believe in
all
any
those
of
things.
that. For what I believe in is in action. Of all the things you're saying, if you don't action it, you're getting zero money.
Zero money.
So get up, go and do it.
I like
Do
that.
it now. Start now. Start small. Start. No excuse.
So the key
There's
word
not-
is start.
There's nothing like if I put my hand to it, why.
can
Those
do it.
things don't work with me. They are just somebody who sat somewhere and created words. I can also create one right now and you'll be using it. I'm not saying that don't be motivated. I'm talking about me, and I think that different things motivate me. And things that motivate me are not what people speak.
What would you say motivates Mimi and Danny Michaels?
For me, I am my own motivation.
Wow.
You see, I dream beyond the
The
import.
dreamer.
You see, the thing is that I can tell you something I'm going to do, and you'll be like, "What? Please." That's the kind of dreamer I am. I say things that are impossible, and so what would motivate me are not the words people put online. They are not the words people put on in their books. The only thing that can motivate me is me, because I'm the one dreaming crazily. So who really can motivate me? Me.
yourself.
So for me, I don't believe in all those things. But I am not saying any young entrepreneur coming up should not use those things as a motivation. You see, we are all different. I can tell you my story from beginning till end, and you can follow the same path and get zero results.
You're right on that.
I can also give you that formula, and you can follow it, and you will be successful more than I have been using the same format. So what do I say? What I always say is that listen to people's story, let it guide you. It doesn't mean using the same path will give you the same results. There's going to be another Bill Gates, but not through IT. There's going to be another Dangote, but not through cement. There's going to be another whoever, that richest woman with the oil, but it's not going to be through oil. So basically, find your purpose, whatever it is, whether it's crazy, whatever people say is crazy, what you're thinking stupid, you're not being realistic, start it. The essence is to start, not to be motivated by do this formula. You know, people say so many things online, and you follow this and I don't follow it, I follow me. The thing is, I do it, I make the mistake, it's me, I learn from it, I move on. Your story and my story can never be the same. So I want you to see me as that crazy dreamer. That alone motivates me to continue to do what I'm doing. So I do not believe in all those sayings. They don't do anything to me. If you tell me your story, how sad your story is, how you made it, doesn't do anything to me. Those things that when people say, oh wow, you went through all this, it does nothing to me. It's like nothing. It's like you've not done anything. There's more to do actually. Like you don't have a story. I always tell people I don't have a story. My dreams mean do nothing. So like nothing. You can't come and tell me any story. There's so many people that people adore in this country, and I look at it and say, no, you're not successful. Like why? Right now I'm speaking to you because I want you watching me to know that there's so much to do. I'm not saying that I'm successful, so listen to my story. I'm not even quarter of what I want to be. I want you to understand that you have your own story. You need to stick to it. Don't get confused with what you hear. You know, sometimes these young guys, when they're trying to achieve something, now what is a obi? I say what achieve say no. They want to Charlie. If I do this, no. Stick to your story, and my story can never be the same. Like I said, there's going to be a Bill Gates, but it's not going to be through IT. And there's going to be a Dangote, but it's not going to be through Indomie and cement. So be that Dangote, be that Bill Gates, but use your own story. Follow your own dreams and passions. For me, I am not successful. I'm just somebody who can tell you my story, so you use it as a guide to achieve the heights you want to attain.
Wow. I like the bit where you said there can be the next Bill Gates, but not through IT. And of course, there can be a next Mimi, but not through Golden Movie Awards.
No,
and
even better.
Ghana.
So the thing is like I have so many people DMing me. I'm organizing this event and I'm like, why even DM me? Just because I organize an event, you want to follow? Who said my formula will work for you? No, I don't mind. I can guide you, but I'm just thinking if it's me. Like I'm not contacting you for anything. True. I'm doing my own thing. If I get it wrong, true, I correct it. I've not contacted anybody to say that you've done this event and you're great with it. I need you to be my mentor, guide me, and I don't do those things because I've told you that my dreams are too big that even if I sit down to tell you, you think I'm crazy. So the only person who can understand this craziness is who?
All right, guys. We'll go for a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll delve more deep into the substantive issues. Stay with us. Welcome back from that quick commercial break. This is still Entrepreneurs Today with me, Ivan Banks, and we are still talking to Minnie and Andani Michaels. Welcome back from the break.
Thank you.
Now let's backtrack a little bit, okay? Now, you made mention that you were a biochemist. Now, of course, where you had your first degree in the University of Cape Coast, Ghana,
yes.
And of course you decided to, drop that. And for whatever reasons, or for certain reasons, you decided to feature in one of the, topmost Curiosity. Now, what would actually, make you want to put I mean, you have a very lucrative job as I'm working with one of the top, I mean, oil refineries in Ghana to feature in a reality show. What about that decision, or what influenced your decision?
Okay, so one, when you look at everything that we've talked about, I've talked about a lot when it comes to dreams and how different I am. So if I told you that I'm a big dreamer and I can tell you the heights that I want to attain and it's crazy, that should tell you that I can make a decision to leave $1 million for $1 just because I think I will get $10 million, even though it's $1 now. You getting the concept?
True.
I'm somebody who can leave $1 million for $1 now because I believe that the $1 would soon be $5 million, and so the $1 million now you see is not. That's not all life is about. It just shows that I'm wild in my thinking. That's why I can just mix science with entertainment. You see, the mixture is very crazy and entertaining and wild, and that's how wild I think. And so doing that for me, it was fun, it was risky, and it was curiosity. I wanted to just understand this whole thing about Big Brother, and I thought that taking a break for a year to just have fun is nothing. And there's one thing to, when you know what you have, when you know who you are, and you know what can come out of you, you know the abilities you have, and you know the dreams you want, the things you want to attain in life, switching is not a problem for you. And that's how come I'm able to switch. I am able to switch because I know who I am and I know my capabilities. Switching will not make people are always scared to move because they don't know their capabilities. People are always scared to change a job because I'm not sure if I leave this job I can succeed. I'm not sure if I leave this job I can get the next job, because they don't know who they are yet.
They don't know their worth.
If you know who you are and you know your capabilities and your abilities, you're not scared to switch. Even though you have to be very, very smart about the switch, if you just know your purpose, you can switch at any time. So I think I knew who I was, I knew what I was about, I know where I'm going and what I want to achieve, and so switching is always not a problem. That's why I can mix science with entertainment, then go to design, then come to entrepreneurship, and even we're about to launch a new reality show.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Coming soon.
We'll talk about that shortly.
Yes.
Now let's understand this. Now, you are currently the best emerging entrepreneur in the City People Magazine 10th Annual Awards.
Yeah.
And of course, looking at how you have climbed the top successfully, I mean, from one transition to the other, would you say today, as a business coach that you are, that you can actually, or you would actually advise young individuals to venture into, I mean these reality shows? I mean, as far as certain controversies surrounded, would you today advise that?
Today, as I sit here,
As a business coach,
I will tell you, if you need to have a plan before you go. Reality show is not bad. It's what you use it for after and what you do inside. You already know situations about them. If you think that you need to, first of all, you need to plan before you go into a reality show. Why am I going into this reality show? Is this reality show going to benefit my dreams after? Is this platform going, maybe you want to be a musician. Reality show is good for you. It gives you a popularity to even release your single. You want to be a model, actress, reality show is good. In as much as so many things happen in there, I think it all depends on you. If you know why you are there, if you know your purpose, if you know the brand you want to create after, you can plan it. All these things they plan. Most of them go there, they know exactly what they are doing. They give it to you the way they are giving it to you. Because I don't know what plan is or you. Why is it that when they are showing reality show, you still see people who are very decent and very corporate, who don't do all the things there, because they are also there for a different purpose. They're probably there for the popularity, but they don't want you to see them as that, in quotes, spoiled brat. So they will behave rightly in the reality show, but they will gain their popularity and use it for whatever they want to do. So all I can advise a young one who wants to go into a reality show, which would help their career based on the career path you're going, you need to have a plan. the plan of which brand you want to sell to the people watching you, and stick to it till the end of the reality show.
Okay, so but a lot of times people, like you did mention, a lot of times people enter into these reality shows and I mean they have this specific stigmatization, okay, and of course they come out of Big Bad Africa and come into the real world, and now they want to even switch to something more corporate. Don't you think that kind of stigmatization people had on them way back in Big Bad Africa would affect them in, I mean, in certain, I mean, path they want to take in life?
Okay, you see, I've just said again that you need to know and be conscious when you are in there. For example, when I was in Big Brother, many people will not remember. I never showered naked. I was always showering in my bikini. I knew what I was going to be in life. So you can go online, Google, you won't find any naked. But I was in Big Brother. I showered with my whatever constant for that 20 whatever days that I was in there. I knew my purpose. I knew that after some things would stay there, and so I can't do anything about. So I made sure I was conscious. I never showered naked. You can't find in the only things you can find on online about me is that fighting. Maybe I'm a Uti Nigerian.
Yes.
You know, he wants to control me. I say no, I won't allow. Then we'll argue. That one is
But
there.
is it real? What other happens to the people? Is it
Oh
real?
yes, it's real. But then you can't tell me that is you don't know that you are naked. You know that you are naked. So deliberately, I was never naked. And so you don't have anything on me. So it can't affect me in life because I consciously made sure that I never showered naked. Did you understand? Meanwhile, when I went to the audition, they asked me, I said I will. But I didn't.
Yes.
When I came out, they were like, you are such a fraud. You didn't do any of the things you said you would do, like jokingly. You know, so you should know your purpose before. And yes, it has its stigmatization, even if you lived a perfect life in a reality show. Just the fact that you went to some reality show, people are like, she went to Big Brother. They don't even know the story. They don't even know who you were in the house. They don't even know what you did. Just the fact she went to Big Brother. Sometimes, like 3 weeks ago, I went to Nigeria. I was speaking on an event, and so the MC was trying to remind them of. When I finished, they were like, you went to Big Brother? That's shocking. Like, you Big Brother, it doesn't match. And I'm like, it matches. And then like we were laughing about, you went to that show, you went there. No, you don't look like someone who would go to Big Brother.
And I'm like, been to Big
yes,
Brother.
I'm like, I was there actually 10 years ago. It was 2008, we're in 2018.
Yes.
She was 10 years ago. Well, so that's such a long time, but I'm just shocked. So did you do this? So did you do? So that stigmatization is already there, though. So if you really know what you want to be in the near future, you need to know that you can't leave certain traces. And it doesn't have to do with only Big Brother. It just has to do with life. People have sex tape there. It's not from Big Brother. People have a lot of things out there. It's not from Big Brother. It's just from their own silliness. And so if you just know where you're going in life, you have to be calculative of what you do now. Know that it will come back biting you. Definitely. It will definitely come back. There's nothing that we've done that has not come back to us. People always remind you, do you remember you did this, you did that?
Right.
Do you remember you used to be this? It always comes. So whether Big Brother, whether life, whatever, you need to be calculative about what you do. If you know what you're going to be in future, and if you know exactly where you're going, you should protect now so it doesn't affect your later.
Let's talk a bit about NMJ Ghana.
Okay.
Now, NMJ Ghana, I mean, it's an internal and external branding firm, and of course, settled for Second Force, which is event management or event organization.
Yes, that's the second.
Organizing one of the most prestigious awards the continent has ever witnessed. That's the Golden Movie Awards Africa. Tell us a bit about it. How did it all start for you? I mean, as far as Golden Movie Awards is concerned.
NMJ Ghana is first a branding agency, so we do a lot of branding across the country for a lot of multinationals for the last 10 years.
Can you give us some?
No,
We've worked with?
no. The thing is that we don't talk about such things on air because there's a contract between you and these companies.
Right.
It depends on at what point you can mention them or not.
Right.
But I can tell you for a fact that we work with at least about 4 multinational continuously for the last 10 years, and that is the first force. The event is just a second force, and so the event came up because event entertainment inclined, and I just convinced the partners that we can also go into events, and that could also help with
Help
the
the brand.
campaign. And that's how come we started events, and eventually we are going to launch another reality show, like I said, and that one too will soon come. Living with Kings and Queens.
Wow, living with kings and queens. Is it virtually like the Big Brother thing?
No, different, but it's
Different.
living with Kings and Queens.
I mean, what are you? I mean, shed more light on us.
Oh, it's just a reality show that is going to basically be consisting of kings and queens. You know who call themselves kings and queens?
Yes.
They are there on Instagram.
Yes.
Slay kings and queens.
Are you looking out for the popular ones or just
Anyone who thinks they are a queen or a
Yeah,
king,
okay.
they
They're
are
come to slay in the house.
well, they are coming to have fun.
Wow.
And then whilst at it, you would discover yourself and then know what exactly you want to be, and then you can work towards it whilst in the house as well, and you win some prizes as well, and then you can know what to do.
It's a good
Car,
concept.
money, all that. It's gonna be great.
I think we should also start auditioning for it.
You should.
All right. Importantly, in every business, there are challenges you face, or I mean, as an entrepreneur,
Of course.
it's possible you
It's
go through a lot.
inevitable.
That is it. I mean, share with us some of your worst days in business, of course, challenges that you have to face.
Some of my worst days in business is being a woman.
Wow.
Sometimes when you are going to defend something and then you come in as a woman, you'll be like, you see that there's this energy that has gone down. I don't know whether men don't want women to lead, or they think that when a woman is in a leadership, I think most of the things they say is that when a woman is in a leadership position, she's too either pompous or too strict or too whatever. But I think some of the challenges is being a woman, and then another challenge is being married. You get it? Sometimes you go into a lot of meetings, and me, for instance, I don't wear my rings most of the time, not because I don't want to wear the ring. It's just I'm not the jewelry whatever.
It's not deliberate.
No.
Okay.
No, it's sometimes deliberate, because sometimes I'm and like nothing.
Or you think it limits you when you're going for some of these business, I mean conferences or maybe
No, wow.
meetings?
The challenges is some of the things. One of the things, you're married and then you're a woman. Sometimes when you're dealing with certain people and they realize that you're married, then they start being too straightforward and too straight to the point. When you can just even be casual about the issue and have the business done, it now becomes bang bang. This, that, because you're married, and they can't also go to some extent with you, not in terms of talk about certain things with you or feel free with you and all that. But in all that, we've risen above it. We've looked for formulas to beat all that. We are great thinkers, so when there's a problem, you find a way to beat it and always get the result.
But as you being a woman, I mean, affected you a lot in business.
Currently in Ghana, it's no more the way it used to be. It has changed. The narrative has changed. It used to be a problem, but now it looks like many of the great business people are actually women. I don't know how it happened, but the narrative has now become some way. So the men, if you don't take care, you will be women. Who will now be marrying you. The whole thing would turn around. But like I'm saying, gradually women are getting positions, they're getting their recognition, women are standing up to themselves and following their dreams, and so entrepreneurial world for the women is becoming great now. I mean, is it a year ago I read something about Ghana having the most entrepreneur females in the world?
Wow.
Yes, by MasterCard.
Statistics shows.
MasterCard I read it. MasterCard did that research. It's not even earlier in the year I read it. Ghana has, because like we are now very, very, very enterprising, and so the narrative now has changed. But before it was a problem, but now no. Now people have come to realize that women are good at what they do if they are put in such positions. So it's great now. Women are doing great.
Now we'll go for a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll delve more into I Mentor You and the Michael's Family Initiative. Welcome back from that quick commercial break. You're still watching Entrepreneurs Today with me, Ivan Vance. maybe let me find your opinion. Let me get your opinion on this. There's been an interesting statement that says there's been conscious what do you call it, decisions or efforts to drift away the minds of the youth. I mean, from national issues to entertainment. I mean, given the fact that you started from the entertainment, I mean, background to reaching this successful heights, what do you make of that
Not
statement?
yet, though, but
Of course, some of us consider you as a very successful
Not yet.
individual. What do you make of that? Is
conscious effort.
yes, yes.
By who?
I mean, that's what I heard. I mean,
Like people, there are a group of people who are changing the minds
of course, yeah, they're
really?
trying to drift away the minds of the
With
youth.
what? What are they
With
attracting them with?
entertainment, with purely entertainment.
I know, but what are you attracting them with to entertainment? Money?
Well, that's what I said. I mean, because I share reasons with them, given the fact that of late, most of the youth today,
They want
what
to
they
be
think about
popular.
is they want to be popular. And how do I get popular? I need to start, I mean, doing certain things that, like you made mention of the fact that I want to be like this, so I start learning how they move. And of course, today, the youth of today will not concentrate on national issues or read books that would empower them. They want to visit the clubs, I mean, do stuff that is just entertainment, I mean,
Alright.
entertain themselves. And of course, I share reasons with that because I feel or I think is a deliberate decision by certain leaders or certain people to drift away the minds of the youth. What is your opinion on that?
So my opinion will just be, my opinion is like an advice. So if the youth are being drifted away from the issues of the nation into only entertainment, what is the government doing about it then? So if the government have realized that something like this is going on, they as the government, which which constitutes us all as well, have to change the narrative. Again, is there something wrong with the narrative being changed towards entertainment? The answer would be no. There's nothing wrong with it if everybody is towing towards entertainment. That's because the government has not realized how powerful arts and entertainment is and what it can create for the nation. The amount of money they can make from arts and entertainment if they concentrate on it. Because here is the truth. The truth is that everybody wants to be popular. Everybody wants to be a slay queen. Everybody wants to be Miss this. Everyone wants to be known. Everybody wants to be this. So what do you do as a government? You take advantage of the fact that every youth wants to go into entertainment and build that industry properly for it to benefit us as a country. Again, America is benefiting a lot from entertainment. That's because when the government realized that this is what's happening, they decided to build Hollywood, build things to make it easy for them, and made sure that the systems were working so they can track and take their taxes. Who is taxing a musician when he takes his money? No one. Who is taxing a filmmaker when she takes her money? No one. Who is taxing a presenter? No one. Who is taxing a drummer? No one. Who is taxing a guitarist? No one. But if the system was created well and the industry was built well, then we wouldn't be thinking of how the youth are going towards entertainment. We'd rather be excited that an industry as big and as great as this is having everyone interested in it. It got to a time in Ghana, what were the youth interested in? If I ask you all now, you might not even, you can't remember what the youth were interested in. One person at a point, one thing, sorry, at a point in time in Ghana. Obedrin said, street.
For me, I think it got to a time where the youth was interested in just sakawa, like frauding and all that.
Well, that's another. But what the youth became interested in when it comes to achievement is to work in the bank.
Well,
everybody wanted to work in the bank, even as a teller, even as a contract worker. Everybody wanted to work in the bank. So what did the government do? They were concentrating on allowing more banks to sprout out, and it was working. So why don't they do the same for entertainment industry? When they realized that the banking industry was really growing, they allowed in more banks. Then at a point in time in Ghana, we started having a lot of banks. Then this bank will come. It's true. And because everybody was interested in banks, so they took advantage of creating more so that people can actually get something to do. So if they are now running back to entertainment, what have you done? I think that it goes beyond politics. Whether party A, B, or C, each of them should know that entertainment and art is very, very important to a nation in the world. And it looks like we are the only people not taking it serious. It looks like Nigeria is now taking it serious. They don't allow, they made rules and regulations, they don't allow people to play foreign songs. It's a percentage. And that's why all this fight about the music they did recently doesn't make sense, because they don't, it's a law. No radio station plays more than 10% or 15% of foreign, and the foreign includes America and the rest of Africa.
Wow.
Yes, it's a law. It's there. If you violate it, it's like you'll be charged in court. It's a law. So percentage, yeah, the 80% and 85%. Ama Nigerian music. So if you're a radio presenter and you play more foreign songs than Nigerian songs, you can be prosecuted. And so how can such people have Ghanaian songs being popular in their country when there's a law? So what law do we have here to protect us and to let our music dominate? We are free, so we play their own mopo. So you get it. So the government has to look at, if the government was involved, all these things we are saying, they'll make laws and nobody can do it. A law, I bet you, so you won't do it. So they should concentrate more, if that is where the youth are towing to. The same way they concentrated on the banks and opened more banks when every university graduate wanted to work in the bank to show their family that they had arrived. They worked on it. So now if these same people are swearing into music, everybody wants to be a rapper, why not create a good system and a platform so the country will also benefit? Then you can regulate them. They will pay taxes. Who a musician now, because they will come and ask you of your tax return, and you have to go and ask of any musician to bring you their tax return and see whether you see anything. And it's not their fault because there's no system checking it.
Now you made mention of the creative art industry. Let me ask you about this. If you're given your chance or opportunity to change something about the creative art industry, what would that be?
The systems. What I will change is make sure that we have systems that work, royalties. We have rules and regulation. Artists are paying tax. They are returning their tax. Systems are working. Music on radio are regulated. Number of music you play from, I like the concept there in Nigeria, is brilliant. You play more Ghanaian music than you play any other music. We give you a percentage, 10%, If you want to play Beyonce, then play only Beyonce. Because the next time you have only one chance to play another person. Do you understand? So you can't have the chance to be playing Wizkid, Davido, Juan. You only have a chance to play one. So play America phone in account, so who do you play? Exactly. So if we have those rules and regulations, that's what I would change. If I ever have any position in the creative arts that I could add my voice and change a narrative, is the system. And then you see the magic and you see how much money is flowing in the system if entertainment works. How can you even have an event without entertainment? It doesn't even work. Even recently when they were having the gospel whatever events, they still had to take Kwame Eugene to go and sing there to excite them. The fact that he was coming from a secular place and he decided alone is some, you need to create a beautiful system and it will be great. The industry is great and it just needs its systems to be right. Yes.
Great. That's great. Now let's talk a bit about the Michael's Family Initiative.
Okay, so the Michael's Family Initiative was founded by me and my husband. We help people register on national health insurance for free because many people cannot afford it, and those who can afford it too, after it expires, it takes them years to go and renew. So we help women and less privileges to renew, and we register more. We also support schools. We have adapted a school that we renovate. We give them books and study materials and educational materials to help them to learn, and this is only for people who are less privileged schools, and also people in the community who are considered less privileged. It could be a woman, a child, or somebody who doesn't necessarily have his or her finances very strong to take care of a child. So basically the initiative is about supporting education and health.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you naturally have passion for philanthropic work? I say that because I follow you a lot on Instagram, because I realized you had a post on Instagram that clearly stated that, hi guys, there's this lady who hit me up on Instagram, my DM, and says he's going through this problem and all that, and you posted and you wanted the opinions of people before you could make a decision.
I have a lot of those DMs, and
True.
so sometimes we are in a very perfect society, and you don't actually know who is saying the right thing
Right
or
thing.
not. And also, um, fraudsters are now using various formats to take money from people, and so sometimes the people come looking like they are genuine, but actually they are not. And that's why I was asking of opinion. Yes, as a human being, you need to give back to humanity. You need to give back to what humanity gave to you. So I think that everybody should naturally be a giver. Naturally, I don't think, you see, I don't believe in a lot of things like, oh, he's a philanthropist, he's a this. I think that everybody should be able to do something back for their community, and that makes us human. That's all, no titles. It just makes us human. You're giving back what nature has given you. You came to the world, you've enjoyed free air, you are breathing with trees free. If you're able to survive and you make something, I think you should give back, and that's just it. So I wouldn't call myself a philanthropist, I would just call myself a human.
Now, finally, looking at how you started or when you started from 2018 till now, till date, looking at all those transitions, it's been 11 years coming, 11 good years coming. What significant lesson would you say you have learned or you have taken that you think the youth of today should emulate from?
There's just one thing. Whatever you do will come biting you. They will always refer you. So make sure that your now is protected so your later can be safe. That's all.
Wow, this is powerful. Make sure that your
Now
is
is protected so that your later can be safe.
Wow. I think in all this conversation, I've learned three things. Start now, take action, protect your now so that your later can be safe. Guys, this is where we draw the curtains on entrepreneurs today with me, Ivan Baz. The conversation has been very insightful and informative. We'll come your way same time next week, but do not forget, follow us on social media handles, Pan African TV, and give us your comments. And of course, probably you can tell us who you want to see as the next guest on the show. So this is where we end it. God bless Africa.
Iwakatika, nula iwakatika, jangan hejang kumbante. Iwakatika, nula iwakatika, jangan hejang kumbante. Damuleno, hejang kumbante, damuleno, hejang kunyerete. Damuleno, nijang kumbante, jawa yalla, yalla. Come, let go to this place no one knows, just you and me. Come, let go to this place no one knows, just you and me. Yeah. Iwakatika, nula iwakatika, jangan hejang kumbante. Damuleno, hejang kumbante. Damuleno, hejang kunyerete. Damuleno, hejang kumbante, jawa yalla.